What's up guys, it's Justin Stenstrom from Elite Man Magazine, and in this video I'm going to share with you the top 5 supplements for sleep. So as you know, sleep is one of the most important aspects of your life. In fact, you spend about 1/3 of your entire existence on this planet in a sleep-like state. So it's probably a good idea for you to optimize your sleep and be able to have about 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. But for some people, this just isn't a reality. They have insomnia all the time. They wake up frequently throughout the night. They don't have a refreshing, rejuvenating quality of sleep, and it's actually really tough for them to get a good sleep down. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 supplements that can really help you get a good night's sleep every single night. And like I always say, I'm clearly not a doctor. All the information I present to you in this video is for entertainment purposes only. The supplements I'm going to talk about in a moment are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, and I would never make any such claims that they can do any of those things. But with that said, let's dive right into it. The 5th best supplement to help you with insomnia or just to have a better overall sleep every single night. And by the way, all the supplements I'm going to talk about in this video are 100% safe as long as you take the recommended dosages as they say on the bottle, or as your healthcare provider or doctor says when you talk to them, obviously, about taking some of these supplements. But the 5th best supplement when it comes to having a better night's sleep is something called lemon balm. So lemon balm is one of my all-time favorite herbs, and actually just really started taking it a few years back. I was never really familiar with lemon balm until about 2 or 3 years ago when I started taking it, but I fell in love with lemon balm really quickly because it is one of the best herbs for just calming down your entire central nervous system, putting you in a parasympathetic state, and just relaxing you and calming you no matter what type of pressure or stress you're under. It really is a wonder herb in that regard and can just put you in that state of mind that you want to be in just before sleep. So the scientific name for lemon balm is actually Melissa officinalis, and Melissa does not do you wrong at all. I'm telling you, she is a beauty, and she just helps you out in so many ways when it comes to your brain support, when it comes to your nerve function, when it comes to relaxing, calming effect, when it comes to antiviral properties and even antioxidant properties. Lemon balm is one of the best in the business for all those things, and when it comes to sleep especially, there are only a few things that I think are better than lemon balm. By the way, dosage wise, you can go anywhere from 400 to 1,000 milligrams, and probably start on the lighter end of things just to see how you feel at first, and maybe just stick there if you feel great and you can get great sleep with a lower dosage. Many dosages will be in the 450 milligram or 500 milligram range, so you can take 1 capsule, and if you want, you can double that down and go up to 1,000 and take 2 capsules. This right here is a 500 milligram dosage. So normally I would start with 5, but I could also go up to 1,000 and feel pretty good with that. The 4th best supplement for sleep is something called ashwagandha. Now ashwagandha is another herb I've talked about in other videos because it is one of my favorite herbs as well. Just like lemon balm, I have a fond place in my heart for ashwagandha because it does so many great things throughout the body and brain especially. It's incredible at balancing your hormones, it's incredible at lowering your cortisol, and it's also incredible for fighting off things like anxiety and helping you to relax just before sleep. Ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb that's been used in Ayurvedic medicine for thousands of years. The track history on this thing is incredible and probably second to none when it comes to safety and efficacy and helping out a range of different symptoms and conditions. Ashwagandha really is a go-to for so many people, and for me especially. It's helped me out with sleep for many years. I love this one right here. It's just an incredible herb and one of the best things you can take for sleep. Now, as far as the dosage and how to actually take it, with ashwagandha, between 600 milligrams and 1,200 milligrams is where you want to shoot for. Again, most things will come at about the 600 milligram dosage for like 1 capsule, and you can start with that, but you can also go up to 1,200 milligrams. I also take this throughout the day, by the way. As an adaptogenic herb, it's great for balancing out like your hormones, like I mentioned, and also just when you're feeling more like tired, it kind of picks you up a bit, and when you want to go down and want to sleep, it actually sort of down regulates things and puts you, as an adaptogenic herb, it kind of puts you in the right balance of where you want to be throughout the day. So it's incredible to take throughout the day, but also incredible for sleep. So with that said, you want to look for an ashwagandha extract that has 6 to 1,200 milligrams and also is standardized between 2.5 and 5% with phenolides, which is the key ingredient in ashwagandha. And as a plus, you can look for something called bioperin or black pepper extract, at between 5 to 10 milligrams because that actually increases the absorption of the herb itself. All right, I'm going to be honest. These next 3 supplements that I'm going to talk about in just a second, I have an incredibly tough time choosing between 3, 2, and 1, and which one is my favorite, which one's number 1, which one is 2, and which one's number 3, because I love all of them. It's almost like you have 3 children and you're trying to pick your favorite child. You really can't do it because you love all 3 of them. And that's the same thing with me and these supplements, and I almost just showed you what it was, but I don't want to reveal the secret right away. But the truth is, the next 3 supplements that I'm going to talk about are all at the very top of my list. I love all 3 of them. If I could only choose one, I would probably choose the number 1, which is why I put it at number 1. But honestly, I can't see myself ever not taking 3, 2, or 1 because they are all incredible. So with that said, man, it was really tough putting this at 3 and then 2. But the third best supplement for sleep, in my opinion, one that I truly love, is Valerian Root. So Valerian Root is an incredible herb that's also been used for many, many years to help with things like relaxing, calming down stress, and calming down out of control anxiety. Now, when you take Valerian Root for sleep, you can take it in the 4 to 1,000 range, like 400 to 1,000 milligram range. You want to obviously start low, like all the supplements. You want to start at the lowest dosage possible, and that would probably be 400. This one here in particular is 450 milligrams, so you would take 1 capsule of this. I actually take 2 capsules every night, so I'm on the higher end. I'm on the 900 milligram dosage right before sleep. When you take this throughout the day for things like stress and anxiety, though, you want to take a much lower dosage because this actually has a tranquilizing effect. Actually kind of similar to benzodiazepines without the side effects that accompany a lot of those drugs. So this is a very strong herb. You want to make sure you take it just before you're going to bed. And all these, when you take these for sleep, all these supplements, you want to take them just before bed, like 10, 20, 30 minutes before bed. You don't want to take them and then, you know, go out for a run or operate heavy machinery or go to work, because they will knock you out in many cases and make you very drowsy. But yes, when it comes to giving you that good tranquilizer effect, like you want to pass out, you want to get some sleep because you haven't slept in a long time, and you just want to be able to shut your eyes and go to bed for 7 or 8 hours, there's probably nothing better than Valerian Root. And oftentimes it's the missing link to a lot of people's sleep formulas that they put together. A lot of different people that are trying to go to sleep, they hear a commercial or they hear somebody tell them something, their friend tells them to take something, and they're often missing the Valerian Root. And Valerian Root, in my opinion, is probably the best supplement for actually getting you tired and putting you to sleep, giving you that knockout effect without the side effects. So again, to take this just before bed, you're looking at taking 4 to 900 milligrams, 4 to 1,000 milligrams or so. And if you're taking this during the day, it's going to be a lot lower. It's going to be like 100 to 300 milligrams, a lot, like 2-3 times lower than the dose you would take if you want to sleep. You would only be taking this throughout the day, by the way, if you have really bad stress, if you have really bad anxiety. There's no real other reason to take Valerian Root throughout the day because, again, it is very strong and it can make you really tired. But again, it's also really powerful and really effective, and it just so happens to be one of my all-time favorite sleep supplements. The second best supplement for sleep is magnesium. And this form in particular is magnesium citrate. Another great form is magnesium glycinate. There's many forms out there like magnesium oxide that are just crap, and you should probably avoid them altogether at all costs because they don't actually do much of anything for you. And there's oftentimes a lot of fillers, a lot of junk, a lot of preservatives in those formulas that have magnesium oxide, so it's probably doing you more harm than good. But anyways, magnesium citrate is incredible, and it helps you relax. It helps you produce a lot of those good neurotransmitters in your brain, and it can help you have an incredible sleep. And by the way, for the Valerian Root, I forgot to mention that one of its main mechanisms of action is that it actually produces a ton of GABA in the brain, which relaxes you and calms you down. Magnesium also does a very similar thing, and it also helps produce some things like serotonin, so it gives you more, it probably gives you less GABA than Valerian would give you, but it also gives you more of some of the other ones like serotonin and gives you more of a balance so you can feel calm and relaxed just before sleep. Along with that, magnesium is incredible for muscle relaxation. It helps with nerve function, it helps with brain function, it helps with heart function, it helps with 300 cellular processes throughout the body and brain, and it just does so many great things in your body, and on a cellular level helps with so many functions and so many processes. Magnesium really is my all-time favorite mineral and probably my all-time favorite supplement. And when it comes to sleep, you definitely want to be taking magnesium. If you have any sleep problems at all, this is probably the safest and best option to start taking right away. As far as dosage wise, I mean, magnesium is so incredibly safe that you could take 400 milligrams before sleep and be perfectly fine with that. But for most people, 1 to 200 milligrams is probably best right before bed, and it's going to help you sleep way better. But the number one best supplement for sleep out of all other supplements, and again, this was a really, really tough choice, but at the end of the day, it was more of a tough choice between 2 and 3, to be honest, because at the end of the day, this supplement right here stood out as number 1, and I could not put this any other place except number 1 because it is that good and that helpful for sleep, and that is melatonin. So I know you've heard of melatonin before. You've probably seen commercials on melatonin. You've probably seen the gummies in your local grocery store that they have of melatonin. You probably had a friend who's taken melatonin, or maybe you have even tried melatonin at some point in your life. But there is a lot of misconceptions about melatonin and what it can do in the body, what it can do in the brain, and what it can do for your sleep. So the truth about melatonin is that it is actually a very safe supplement, and one supplement I've been taking for many years now. So I've had incredible insomnia, about every single sleep issue under the sun that you could possibly think of, the craziest things. If you just Googled crazy sleep symptoms or crazy sleep problems, I almost guarantee you I've had every single one of them problems at some point in my life. My sleep has just always been crazy. But for the past few years, with a combination of taking the supplements I mentioned earlier and melatonin being right at the core of my supplementation just before bed, I've had incredible sleep the past few years. And I really think a lot of that is attributed to melatonin. Also, looking at the research of melatonin, many people will take a very low dose of melatonin, 0.3 milligrams, 0.5 milligrams, 1 milligram, 3 milligrams, even 5 milligrams is a relatively smaller dose of melatonin. If you look at a lot of the emerging research, if you talk to a lot of people who have tried a higher dose melatonin and they have a lot of other things going right in their life, you'll find out that many people who take melatonin actually see a lot of great effects in the long term. And it's something that you can take in the long term if you do it properly. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and start taking 10, 20 milligrams of melatonin every night without talking to your doctor, because you definitely do not want to do that. It is a powerful supplement and actually a powerful hormone. However, if you do it right and you add it into your life properly and you kind of titrate your way up to that level, you can definitely take a higher amount, like 10 milligrams, which is this one right here, or I take 20 milligrams, which is 2 capsules, or I've taken different companies and different brands before, but take up to 20 milligrams. It's very safe overall. And if you look at the research, again, it can help with a lot of things in the brain, and it is the best way to regulate the cycle of sleep in your life. If you are getting older, if you're say 60, 70, 80, if you have sleep problems, if you have or had a weird schedule like third shift, or you had shifting shifts and you were always like up at random times and waking up and sleeping and napping throughout the day, your sleep cycle can be messed up dramatically. And adding something like melatonin into your life and doing it regularly can help you get back on a regular sleep schedule. Melatonin is also an incredible antioxidant for the brain. And as you probably know, when you go to sleep, the cleaning crew comes in and basically flushes out all the crap that's been built up throughout the day. All the toxins, all the damaged proteins, all the preservatives, all the heavy metals, all the toxins that you have ingested into your body in one way or another get flushed out by the cleaning crew, which is inside your body, that gets turned on when you have a good restful sleep. A supplement like melatonin, being so powerful and incredible like it is, actually helps that process and helps get a lot of that stuff out of your brain. In particular, it can help clean out a lot of these junk proteins, a lot of these junk toxins, a lot of these other things that are damaging that brain over time. In fact, many studies coming out show the benefits for people who have dementia, things like Parkinson's, things like Alzheimer's disease. Taking something like melatonin can help the brain out incredibly, and this emerging research is just showing how powerful melatonin really is and how safe it actually is, taking even on a long-term basis. It really is a game changer when it comes to sleep and can be the missing link from you staying up all night and having insomnia to having the best sleep of your life every single night, that 7 to 9 hour sweet spot of just waking up, having incredible energy, being motivated, having that focus, and just loving day and loving your life. Melatonin really is incredible. It is my favorite by far. But again, consult your doctor or physician before you jump on melatonin or anything else. But that's it for today. I do want to mention one last thing. We have put together at Elite Life Nutrition a sleep formula that has all of these ingredients that I mentioned today in one formula. So you don't have to take a bunch of different pills. You don't have to buy a bunch of different products. We put it all into one bottle. Plus we added some things like hops and calcium, and we got the bioperin in here as well. But we have all these things that we mentioned today in one formula. One bottle, just a few pills. That's all you need to have the best sleep of your life. But that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like below and share in the comments section which one of these supplements is your favorite when it comes to sleep. Have you taken any of these before? I want to know. Also, like always, make sure you hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the notification bell as well to get notified the instant we release a new video. And follow me on Instagram at Justin Stenstrom.